Hey Summoners, welcome back to another Wild Rift video. My name is Nathan Ng, and today we're going to be talking about Lulu, the Phase Sorceress. She's just been released onto the Wild Rift, and we're going to tell you everything that you need to know about her kit to get you ready to hop into game with her. Let's move right into it. Lulu's passive is Pix, Fairy Companion. Pix fires a barrage of 3 bolts that deal magic damage at whatever Lulu attacks. The bolts can be blocked by other units. Pix can also attach to other champions by casting some of Lulu's abilities, revealing them if they are an enemy or aiding their attacks instead of Lulu if they are an ally. Pix is great for harassing in lane as it makes Lulu's auto attacks very powerful and you can harass easily with this. Pix is also great for farming, but you have to align yourself to make sure that they can actually hit. Lulu's first ability is Glitter Lance. Lulu and Pix each fire a piercing bolt that deals full magic damage at the first target hit and 70% to additional enemies. Enemies hit are slowed by 80% that decays over 2 seconds, and hitting somebody with 2 bolts does not deal extra damage. During the laning phase, this is Lulu's main damaging ability, and you can poke from range with it or use it as a powerful slow to disengage aggressive enemies. You can also combine it with Lulu's E to place Pix into an aggressive position and fire with your Glitter Lance from there. How you use this ability isn't too important to be a good Lulu player, but make sure that it lands since it does some nice damage early game. Lulu's iconic Cupcake and Squirrel Transformer, Whimsy, is her second ability. Pix creates a fairy ring, attaching to the first champion that enters within the next 5 seconds and casting an additional effect on them. If an ally enters, Pix grants them movement speed and attack speed for the next 5 seconds. If an enemy enters, Pix polymorphs them for 2 seconds, disabling them from attacking or casting abilities, and reducing their base movement speed to 60. Using Whimsy correctly can be quite difficult, as there's many great ways to use it and picking the right one can be hard. Essentially, you probably need good split decision making. Whimsy is good for escaping ganks by speeding yourself up, helping champions like Wukong and Fiora gain access to the enemy backline, helping your Vayne kite and pump out the DPS, or stop the enemy Camille from one-shotting your ADC. It's important to be patient with this ability, and not just using it when it comes off cooldown. It's an extremely incredible ability and defensive tool that should be held for the perfect moment. Lulu's third ability is Help Pix. It attaches Pix to a nearby champion for the next 5 seconds and grants them a shield for 5 seconds if they're an ally, or deals magic damage if they're an enemy. This should be spammed on whoever's taking damage on your team, but is best used on your ADC. Since it gives them Pix, make sure that you're constantly buffing their ADC and allowing them to fire off as many Pix bolts as they can to help skyrocket their damage output. If you're playing against any champion with invisibility, it can also be extremely useful to use it on them, since it reveals to them for the entire duration. Using this on pesky Akalis or keep buffing your marksman duo and watch them shine. Lulu's ultimate is Wild Growth. It enlarges an ally champion, knocking nearby enemies into the air for 0.75 seconds. For the next 7 seconds, the ally gains bonus health and slows nearby enemies. Wild Growth, similar to Whimsy, is all about timing. It can be used as a follow-up engage for your Wukong, chaining along his crowd control, or if the enemy has scary bruisers, help save your ADC and peel them and slow the enemy team while they're at it. Timing the knockup well to interrupt dashes is one of the best ways to use Wild Growth, and can single-handedly ruin a teamfight for the enemy Camille or Wukong. Before we continue, make sure you join our Wild Rift Discord in the description down below, and subscribe to keep up with all these updates relating to Wild Rift. When leveling your skills, you're going to want to take Glitter Lance in melee matchups and Help Pix in range matchups, and then the other one you didn't level, and finish with a point in Whimsy. As solo lane Lulu, you're going to want to max Glitter Lance first, then Help Pix, then Whimsy, taking points in your ultimate whenever you can. As Lulu support, you should max Help Pix first, then Whimsy, then Glitter Lance with a customary point in the ult whenever possible. Lulu's best rune setup is Airy for the extra poke and shields, Weakness for the extra damage on CC, Regeneration for sustain, and Hunter Genius for the reduced cooldowns in the late game. If you're a support Lulu, you should swap out Regeneration for Loyalty to help your allies survive. Lulu's basic trading combo in lane is to use Help Pix on the enemy laner, and then follow it up with Glitter Lance and an auto attack. You can use Whimsy to speed yourself up to dodge skill shots and to land more auto attacks, or you can use it to prevent the enemy from escaping or trading back. Don't be afraid to use Wild Growth as soon as the enemy engages on you if they're a melee champion. If you make one of their engages fail, they will often be too low of health to be aggressive again, and you can dominate the lanes from there. The last thing we're going to be talking about is item builds. For solo lane Lulu, you're going to want to take Luden's Echo into Harmonic Echoes as your core, with Lucidity Boots being your best option for most games. You can get Ninja Tabby if the enemy team is entirely physical damage, but the ability haste from Lucidity Boots is always a great value. After that, you can round out with Ardent Censer and Athene's Unholy Grail, and then finish up with Rabadon's Death Cap for more utility and damage. If you're really ahead, you can swap out either Ardent or Athene's for Lichbane and then add to your burst. You can also rush Rod of Aegis instead of Luden's if you're in a tough matchup like Fizz or Zed and you need that extra health to survive. For support Lulu, your core items are Ardent Censer and Athene's Unholy Grail with Lucidity Boots. After your core, you can finish your build with Harmonic Echoes for the extra healing, Protector's Vow for the shielding, and Rabadon's Death Cap for bigger and better shields. That's going to be it for our short guide for the even shorter Yordle, Lulu. Make sure you try her out in either solo lane or support if keeping your teammates speedy and healthy while annoying your enemies is your calling. Thank you so much for watching, good luck on the Rift, and as always, stay safe, stay healthy, and have a wonderful day. Peace.